Brett, with kind of the whirlwind you've been through this fall, how nice has this last 10 days or so been for you to kind of digest everything and slow down a little bit?
It's been great. Over the past 10 days, obviously not knowing what we're going to be doing and stuff, I've been able to go back and, self-evaluate myself from this year. And, it's been good just kind of unwind and see, like where I've improved and, what I need to keep working on and things like that.
What's the biggest thing you notice when you go back and self-evaluate?
There's just some things that, you notice that you're doing maybe earlier in the year better than you were now, or some stuff that you were doing better now than you were earlier in the year. And I think the biggest thing I noticed was just some little stuff that I think I kind of get away, like footwork wise, that I was doing earlier in the year compared to now. So
you guys, the last 3 games, didn't you struggle to hit that ball down the field that had been so effective for you early on? When you look at it, what held you back in those situations?
I think it's just a rhythm thing, and going back and watching the film and watching all those games over again. I think that was one thing I was most disappointed with, is just because that's one of the things I prided myself on, since high school, is just being a good, accurate, deep ball thrower. And there's just a couple that I feel like got away from me, but it's just it is what it is now, and you just got to get back into that rhythm.
Is it difficult? Get upset all over again when you watch them, or what is that like, going back and reviewing mistakes and things that didn't go your way?
I think it's just a good learning experience, just knowing that there was plays over the last few games that were there to be made, but you can't do anything about it now, so you just have to learn from it and move on and just keep working hard.
So how far back what all did you look at? Did you look at every play or
certain
plays? Or?
All 9 games, 8 or 9 games I've played this year. So
every snap, every throw you make, and you went back and looked at every single one of them?
Yeah.
End up the All Mountain West quarterback this year. Obviously, you weren't even expected to play 3 months ago. What did that mean to you to be singled out by your conference and peers in the league?
Well, obviously I think that's more of a team award than it is an individual award, because I think one of the best quotes I ever heard was from Peyton Manning when he won his I think it was like a passing record or something like that. He said, I'm not going to have that record if I don't have an offensive line blocking for me, if I don't have receivers catching for me and things like that. And that's really all it comes down to, is football is a team sport, and you're not going to make those plays by yourself. And you got to have 11 guys out there doing their job so that you can do your job. And I think that's the biggest thing is, obviously it's nice to get that award, but that's a team thing.
What do you really focus on over the next few weeks? What can you improve and get better before the Northern Illinois game to take advantage of this time?
Just focusing on the little things, I think. Making sure my zone footwork and the run game is consistent every single time, making sure I'm carrying out my fakes, making sure my footwork is consistent with quick game and stuff like that, and then just going out there and just being confident and, making plays. I think that's the biggest thing.
Much further along are you now, having got to play in the future? How much do you think you're better now than you would have been if Ryan had been healthy the whole time?
A lot. You don't get any other experience like game experience when game reps. So I think that's been huge. And I was talking to my parents the other day, and it's just been, it's crazy how things can change so fast. You're going from, not thinking you're going to play at all this year to, coming in and playing 9 games and then, winning first team all honors. But it's been a great year, and it's been a heck of a learning year, and I'm just looking forward to just keep going and keep getting better.
You kind of touched on it, but have you had time to think about the opportunity? I know you're a football fan, but the opportunity that's been presented to you this year. There's not a lot of true freshmen starting football games around the NCAA.
Yeah, it's definitely been a heck of an opportunity, and I'm really blessed to be in the position I am right now, playing, because, like you said, there's not a whole lot of guys that get this opportunity as a true freshman, but, at the same time, I feel like, that's what I came here to do. I came here to play, and, my attitude coming in was, when you get your chance, you just got to be ready, so.
What do you make of your first opportunity now to go to a bowl game and just the opportunity to go down to San Diego?
I'm really excited. Poinsettia Bowl is a great bowl. And, Northern Illinois, I haven't really had a chance to look and watch any film on them yet, but they've been a really good program over the past decade or so. So, it'll be good to go back and go down there and play a good bowl game. So it's exciting.
You mentioned losing track of some little things. In the pace of a season, particularly when you haven't done this before, how hard is it to focus, maintain your focus on every little detail at the same time you're trying to learn all these teams you haven't played before and schemes and all that kind of stuff?
Well, yeah, and I think I touched on this the last time I talked, but it's just being consistent, and that's, I think, the hardest thing to do is just you got to be able to focus on every detail, but at the same time you're going to make new mistakes. So once you fix one mistake, you're going to make another one, and then maybe you'll lose track of what you've been focusing on weeks prior. And once teams get more film on you and they start scheming for you more, it only gets harder. And that's the thing that you got to learn as a quarterback, and that's what I've been learning this year. And it's been a great year just overall. I mean, getting the experience.
I know since you arrived on campus, you tried to be a leader and whatnot, but you talk about game experience and putting up numbers and stuff. How much did that help you evolve as a leader, and when guys look at you and they listen or whatnot?
I think it's been huge, and the more playing experience that I think I've gotten, the more I think I've started to step up in my leadership role, and especially after we lost those 2 games, it's just something that doesn't sit well in my stomach, and I feel like after those games, I went back and started to think, what can I be doing better, and what can I do to help this team, to finish our year strong.
Just kind of curious, do you remember what the feeling was like when you first walked into this football facility? I mean, it almost has been a year. The first time you got your playbook, the first time you walked in here, do you remember what you were thinking?
Yeah, I mean, it was. You mean when I got here in January?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was surreal. I mean, just knowing that you're at a big time university for the first time, and being in this great facility. Obviously, we're really blessed of what we have here, and I think we take that for granted sometimes. But from that first day, I feel like it's been an unbelievable experience. I'm just really blessed to be a part of this program.
I don't know if you guys voted on it or the coaches, but Thomas Burbeck was named team MVP the other day. I'm wondering, what made him, kind of elevated him to that spot in your guys' eyes that he was the MVP of this team?
I think Tom's just really consistent, and that's the thing. He comes out every single day to practice with an attitude, to get better. He focuses on details, and I think that's what makes him such a good player. And then not only that, but he just competes. No matter what the score is. There's games that we've been down, and like the Utah State game, for example, and it was really, the game was out of hand in the second half, but just kept competing, and I think that's the biggest thing. And he's a great leader for this offense, and will continue to be next year.
This is probably one of the few programs in the country where you could potentially go 9-4, and it might be viewed as a down year or whatnot, but there are a lot of young pieces that are coming back. You look at Thomas, Jeremy, and whatnot, and I know bowl wins help momentum for the years to come or whatnot. So, how important is this as you guys can continue to kind of put those building blocks back in place?
Yeah, it'll be huge. I mean, going into a bowl game, you always want to win that last game, and I think that's really important. To build momentum into the next year, and now with getting a year, basically a whole year with playing experience, I think that'll be big coming into the off season, because you're only going to get more reps with those guys, and start to build more chemistry, and I think that'll help with our timing and things like that, and maybe even hitting some of those deep balls downfield, just getting a better feel for each other.
I know you're probably living in the now, but does the future excite you at all as well? I mean, knowing that you have this experience now?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, I'm just really looking forward to this bowl game right now. But I don't like to think too far ahead. But I think we got a lot of good pieces to build on for the next few years.
You said it's a team award, but there's obviously probably a physical award that comes with a plaque, a trophy, or something. What happens to that? Is that yours? Does it chill in the dorm room? Does it go to mom and dad? Where does that go?
Well, I don't know, because I haven't got it yet, but I'm not really sure what I'll be doing with that. But yeah, I'm not really sure.
As an offense, the next couple of weeks, what's the biggest thing you guys want to address to get yourselves ready for the bowl game?
I think just focusing on little things, like little penalties that we've had here and there throughout the past few games, and just making sure everybody's on the same page and that we're executing. Everybody's executing. Everybody's doing their job. Because when we do that, I feel like it's hard to stop us for sure.
The offense is so rhythm and timing based, and you guys go through a couple of weeks here where you don't practice much. How do you keep that without being on the practice field a whole lot?
I think just film study and knowing. We've repped everything we've done all throughout the year, so it's not like any of this stuff is new to us. But 13 games in now, we should be we're on the same page. So I don't think the time off will affect us at all.
You and
Two more
receivers
guys.
go out and throw it all in, you get a little extra work in, or you try to kind of limit that a little bit right now, or
We've been trying to, I think, get everybody back, first of all, because we got some guys hurt. But, if it gets to a point where we feel like, we need to go out there and get some extra work in, we will.
One more, guys.
I know that you and your open mark are pretty close, and I know you might not talk every week or whatnot, but was there any advice that he gave you that as you kind of have played out this season, where you just kind of look back and like, man, he was right about something, or that makes you just kind of chuckle inside or anything like that?
No, not really. I think the biggest thing he told me was just always keep playing, no matter what's going on up there, because things are going to go bad. And, you just got to keep playing, keep throwing, keep firing. And, you never can get gun shy. And I think that's the biggest thing that, I've learned from him is, just keep playing and never give up no matter what the score is.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for asking.
Yep.